welcome to, that's right, Hands for Hunger's The Budget Gourmet. I'm your host for the afternoon, Chef Mo, and as you know by now, I always have a very special guest joining me, but I have a very, very special guest joining me today. First of all, get into my kimono. I feel like I had to give a little bit of auntie vibes today because I have my niece with me and I have my sister with me. And so when we talk about the ultimate host to end this season, co-host to end this season, well, no, host in her own right to end this season, I can't even tell you how excited I am to have my sister here with me today. She is a mom. She is an influencer. She is a voice. She is a personality. She's a if it could get do, it can get done kind of girl, and she's mine. I share with y'all. Y'all have one alone in these moments, but don't get it twisted. This thing go way, way back. So this is a big deal for me today. And let me tell you how, if y'all know the blood, sweat, and tears behind this episode right now, you wouldn't believe me. You would not believe me if I told you, but that just means that it was supposed to happen just like this, all right? So, without further ado, I'm bringing to you your fave, my fave, two, you can meet somebody else who y'all have met before, two also as well. We got Roxie in the building, and we have my niece Taylor, aka Tay, in the building too, also as well. All right, so as you know, neither of these should be strange faces to any of you. But if they are, I'm gonna let her do her own other little introduction because she's a little bit of everything. All right. This, if you going to the hardest concerts right now, this who hosted you on the stage, please believe me. If you're up early in the morning, making questionable decisions about where you tuned in, we don't do this all day. You know, decisions have to be made, but you're gonna hear this amazing voice there as well. And of course, if you just follow socials, you're gonna see both of these faces taking you through life, walking you through people's restaurants, telling you what to eat and what not to eat.
Yes.
Taylor get a job. This is really what I'm excited about for my sister because she deserves
a little break.
A little break.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know what I mean? Listen, I'm so happy to have you both here. Tay, how you doing?
I'm good.
That's fantastic. I love how y'all are coordinated.
Thank you.
Yes, in the grease. It's my Duolingo. I've been practicing again.
I love that for you, girl.
I love
that for
you. Do. When I go back now,
you ready to go?
Oh.
Only thing I know how to say is Dale Papi. That's it.
That will get a conversation started. It will do that. It will do that. So listen, as you know, or maybe you don't, where you been, but each episode we focus on one ingredient and we find different ways to make it a common everyday ingredient and turn it up a little bit, make it just a little bit more gourmet, all right? Today's ingredient is, Taylor, you want to show them our ingredient?
Just hold it.
Yeah, just pick it up. Just bring it on over. Show them.
Cabbage.
Cabbage. That's my girl. Because why would she say cabbage like that? That's how I say cabbage, right? Now, this is a huge cabbage, by the way. I don't know. It looks like a brain. Even when you cut it open, it looks very similar to like the way the brain works. Interestingly enough, I read something that said like cabbages kind of work the same way as well, which is really, really weird. Yeah. Anyhow, we'll get back into that. But if you're just joining us, this is Hands for Hunger's The Budget Gourmet, and a big part of this project has been about bringing some enlightenment to people knowing about the pantry. Now, before we get into that, first of all, thank you to our Hands for Hunger family for doing this with us for the entire season. I'm not going to get sentimental till the end, because this is our final episode, and that's why it's always more special. Yes, it is. But I want to give you a little bit of an opportunity to introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about you and Tay, and why it's also important that you guys are here from your perspective, knowing what we know about food shortages as they may be, food. The prices that we have to pay. You're a mom. You know what it is to have to multitask. You know what it is of how expensive it is to make sure not only they're eating, but they're eating well. Right? So share a little bit with us about you and Tay, a little bit about what you know about Hands for Hunger, and then just, what we're going to get into here today. We'll get into why you do that. I can cut up some cabbage.
Absolutely. So as you know, my name is Roxie. For me, Hands for Hunger as an organization has always been at the forefront of helping persons who cannot do it for themselves find food security. And that is so important.
Absolutely.
Over the course of years, I've learned that people who are battling with food security, they don't always look like what you think they look like. And I think that's important, Mo.
I'm so glad you said that.
People assume that, it looks like a vagrant, and it doesn't. It looks like a mom with a great job, but bills just billing and life just lifing.
Sure is.
And food becomes one of those things where you're trying to decide, should I put gas in the car or buy something for the kids to eat today? So food security for me it's a big deal.
It is a huge deal. I'm glad you said what you said just now too, because I always tell people Hands for Hunger literally has kind of a mantra at this point. That's like if it comes down to feeding your family or getting the gas in your car or paying your BPL bill, they will tell you, hey, pay your bill, get your gas, we can help you out with the food.
And I love that.
And I think that's been a huge thing. We've actually seen numbers grow over the course of us doing this show, over the course of the season. Of course, you know, now we've been through holidays,
Yes.
we've been through all sorts of things. Hands for Hunger is now taking care of 10,000 families.
Ooh.
If you think about our numbers for the size of a nation we are, 10,000 is a remarkable
number.
amount. And while we're glad that they're able to do it, it also should be eye-opening, I think, for
Yes.
us as to the realities of where we're living
Yes.
and what we're facing. You know, we talk about the idea of living wage, and the reality is a lot of people are living below.
Way below.
Even that.
Way below. Way below.
Because if you think about what those numbers look like, times you factor in transportation, if you have work, getting to and from work, groceries, rent, what's left, you know? So we're very grateful for organizations like Hands for Hunger and their partners, right? All the people who donate.
We need you. Hold on, wait, say it again.
We need all the people who donate.
I got it.
right, to the program, whether that's individuals, civilians, whether that's companies that they partner with, all those different things. They are so imperative to the process. So now, Taylor, I gotta ask you a little Q&A, all right? Tell us what you know about Hands for Hunger. What is your understanding of what they do?
I know that Hands for Hunger is basically a large pantry for people in need.
Very good.
Yeah,
Very
that's
good.
a great way to put
and
it.
That's right. So, and that's the part of it that we've been talking about today. So this idea actually came out of going into the pantry. Sometimes there'd be ingredients there that, like, you know, what do you do with it? Okay, it's a potato. Boil it, mash it, bake it. Like, and so we were like, you know, let's try to find a way to make it a little bit more exciting.
Yeah.
I think so often we think about food and we think about food as survival, and it
Yes.
becomes like a child. We got to make this stretch. A belly full is a belly full. That's what
And it
Grandma
doesn't
used
have
to say.
to be that.
It does not, right?
It doesn't.
So, first of all, do you like cabbage? Yes. You like cabbage, fantastic, because we're going to come up with now 3 different ways to make cabbage a great meal in your house today.
Yum.
All right? So tell me some things that you do with cabbage around the house, ma'am, interestingly enough, with you and Tay, to make it a delicious option.
Cabbage is coleslaw for sure. We used to make some
There it is.
We used to make some coleslaw with the cabbage.
I almost was going to make some pickles today, but I
Babe,
say,
oh
boy,
man, you should have do that.
I say, boy,
Ooh.
I want no fight.
I love me some pickles. I also do
a
a candied cabbage. So I do it with
that
purple
sounds
cabbage.
good. I love
And I
purple
simmer
cabbage.
that down with some brown sugar and a little bit of butter.
Really?
Yeah, touch of salt, touch of paprika.
No, that's
Baby.
something new. I've never heard of candied cabbage. See?
It's so good.
I hope y'all taking notes because
So
we can give
good.
y'all as many options as possible to
Yeah.
learn today. All right?
And then my dad roasts cabbage. I've had roasted cabbage
Yeah,
before.
for sure.
And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and I think
I put it in soup. That
Yes,
counts.
absolutely.
I put cabbage in soup.
Absolutely. Listen, cabbage is one of those things that is really good at picking up flavors, and it just like lends a hand.
Yeah.
It's good filler, it's good fiber, it's good for you. All the recipes that we're going to be making today are really focusing on kind of maximizing nutrition,
Love
but
it.
also like putting different flavor profiles in there to get you to actually appreciate how versatile the vegetable is, right? So what I meant to do, and I'm silly, because I cut the bottom off of the cabbage, right? But we always talk about sustainability and the things that you can use and reuse.
Mm-hmm.
I learned very recently that when you cut that very bottom off, the stem, and I talked about how like
A little
it's kind of
corky
like
piece.
a brain, that stem that sticks out from the bottom, if you cut just maybe like an inch, not up, but like the length of it off of that, you can plant that, put that in water, let it sprout, and then you go and you plant that in soil in your yard, and you will grow another cabbage plant that will grow another cabbage.
Oh, wow.
So these are things that we can continue to just, teach our kids about how things kind of grow and like just kind of get more involved in creating more of our own food and recognizing how easy it is for us to actually be connected to the food that we're eating.
And
right?
I think like being in the kitchen, learning these things and having Taylor actively involved in the process too, it gives a different appreciation, not only for the kitchen,
Yeah.
but also her palate now has a different appreciation to see that you don't say, oh, yuck, vegetables. She's now, oh, mommy, how you doing the cabbage tonight?
Exactly.
You know, so I really like that component about it, and I'm enjoying the fact that she's here with me in the kitchen, as well as she's learning not just about the cabbage, but about how we can consistently help other people and building that heart of giving, which I think is super important. And shameless plug. Hands for Hunger makes it super easy for you to donate. Go ahead and log on to their website, and you can make a personal donation today.
Right
Was that good?
Right,
I promise that.
That's fantastic. It's right there.
Right here.
Oh, insert now. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we are going to make a side dish first, right? So we talk about how we do coleslaw. We talk about how we do all these different things. A lot of times we want to have a side, but we always assume like rice, and we always assume like the macaroni and the heavy things or whatever else. Sometimes we want to get a vegetable in there that isn't just the regular broccoli, carrots, whatever else. Cabbage is one of those things. I don't care what food store you go with. Cabbage there.
Cabbage there, for sure.
Cabbage round. Like how we said money round earlier.
Cabbage round, for sure.
Okay? And sometimes you even can go in and they have the pre-packaged ones if you don't feel like cutting up or you can't cut up. And they're usually quite cost effective.
Yes.
Maybe like $2 or like $3.99 max a bag. But the stretch power on that, magnifique. And as you can see, we have one huge cabbage. This is going to make a lot of portions of 3 different things.
Wow.
So this first thing we're going to make, I'm going to let Taylor go ahead and pour a little bit of that olive oil in the pan for us. We're going to kind of saute down some cabbage, but we're also going to do this with curry powder and coconut milk, all right? So we're going to do a coconut curry cabbage.
Oil or some?
Oil, just a little bit, not all.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good. Right? So we're going to do a coconut curry cabbage. Now, if you've watched enough of these episodes, you know for me, coconut and curry, they go together with me real bad. Real bad. And so we're going to do it. Yes?
I have a gift for you.
Oh, we have gifts. We have gifts to give. Okay, girl.
Here you go.
Oh,
Little sweets for my sweets.
A sweet for your sweet. I appreciate you. Thank you, baby. See now, if I was like back in the day, now you put this in the
in the ponytail.
Style it. I'm gonna save this for later because sometimes you just have to. All right, so this is a super simple dish. Honestly, ingredients are as followed: oil, salt and pepper, cabbage, curry, coconut milk. That's it. That's all. You don't even have to use the coconut milk. You can honestly just saute this down. This should just be a cabbage with curry powder kind of dish, all right? Now, the same thing like you would make any other curry. For me, I always lead to kind of like brown it down just a bit.
Same.
Just to,
I feel if you don't cook your curry powder down, you're already cooking curry.
As you do, all right? And you don't need a lot of it. It's the cabbage. It's going to absorb it. It's going to soak it all up. But, sorry, honey. I'm going to let you stir this for me, actually, as soon as I find a way to put my spoon. Right there. So you can just move that around a little bit, all right? We want to just make sure that we kind of get the oil, keeping the oil moving in it. In fact, use the flat side here. Kind of do one of these movements. Yeah. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. All right, so we just brown out our curry just a little bit. We are going to put the cabbage in. We're going to let that kind of steam, do its thing, hit it with some salt and pepper. And right before we kind of finish it, we're just going to pour in a little bit of that coconut milk. And then we just let it simmer. And that's that. And we push it to the side, and then you can do whatever else that you're doing as you do. You could serve that with chicken. You could serve that with fish. You could eat it by itself. You could use that as the base for other things. I've actually stuffed fish with that. You could also add like onion and sweet pepper to it if you wanted to have a little bit more color, have a little bit more going on. You can even add meat to this if you wanted to be a more kind of like gumptious side. Yeah. Like I've done this for the holidays. I put like ham, smoked ham in it as well. Super, super good. I've also done it with saltfish, which is
that should be nice.
Baby. Woo! If you know. Which is also, of course, a stretched food, a preserved food, right? All right, so I'm gonna let you guys put some of that cabbage in. We're gonna toss that up and toss that around. All right, and look how simple that is. All right, we have curry, we have cabbage, we have salt and pepper that we're gonna throw in there in just a second. And then, of course, we are going to add just some coconut milk. We're gonna set it and we are gonna forget it. And that's it, and that's all. We're gonna come back to it, of course, as we move on to our next thing. But I just wanted to give you an idea of just how simple it is to throw something together that can have flavor. I mean, if you're gonna boil it anyway, why not just add a little bit of curry, add a little bit of coconut milk, add a little something just to make it not taste like the same old. Because let's be very clear, the same way I said the cabbage can pick up flavors, cabbage by itself can be very bland, and I can get why people can kind of get like meh about it, right? Cabbage, today we are going to show you its versatility, and we're going to show you just how flavor grabbing it can be. All right, so we're just going to add some of the coconut milk, pour just like a little bit at a time, and we're going to cover it, and we're going to leave it to steam. We are going to take a quick break, and we are going to come back in short order because we have 2 more cabbage dishes that we're going to make out of that same one cabbage. Oh yeah, me today. We stretching cabbage today, baby, and I'm here doing it with my lovely sis and my niece. Cabbage Talk is in the kitchen. All right, we'll be right back after this.
The Budget Gourmet.
We're making it sweet, low-cost meals you can't defeat. Tastes so good, it makes you move. Hands for hunger is in the groove.
The Budget Gourmet.
We all know there are ways we can help. Your help can go even further. Be an everyday superhero. Donate to Hands for Hunger.
I got nothing to eat.
Nothing.
Nothing. Nothing.
Nothing.
Hold on, I can do something. Turning nothing into something.
Turning nothing into something.
I turn nothing into something.
It's amazing what you can do with nothing. And the little Hellmans make taste, not waste.
So good. Literally so good.
Ragu kettle cooked with homemade taste.
We all know there are ways we can help. Your help can go even further. Be an everyday superhero. Donate to Hands for Hunger.
The Budget Gourmet.
We're making it sweet, low-cost meals you can't defeat. Tastes so good, it makes you move. Hands for hunger is in the groove.
The Budget Gourmet.
All right, folks, and we are back. Thanks for rejoining us here at Hands for Hunger. It's the Budget Gourmet episode Cabbage. No, what is
How's
it?
it?
Cabbage.
Cabbage. We very fancy around these spots. Cabbage. All right, I'm your host, Chef Mo. I'm your girl, Chef Mo. I am your girl, Chef Mo. I'm your girl, host, Chef Mo. Whatever you want to call it. And of course, I'm joined with my good sis, Roxie, and of course, my good niece, Tay. And today we're doing all things cabbage, all right? So we already started with a side dish. As we already know, cabbage can so often be downplayed as this boring item that nobody wants to eat.
Yeah.
It's like the vegetable is forget.
Yeah.
What we got? I can burn some cabbage.
Yeah.
Lord.
No.
And y'all is burning to death. Like, why not the cabbage just as mush? Like, why you doing that to the cabbage? You know what I mean? So we came up with some great, flavorful recipes that we're gonna use to introduce some ingredients today that she might not like. But the main
Listen, I
recipe-
feel like I could guess that because
Yeah,
it's only like 3 days.
But the main thing is gonna be the cabbage. So the first thing we did a coconut curry braised, a wet steam. Don't let braise. Don't let the word show you off.
That's all braised is a wet
Really
steam.
and truly, it's a slow, low, wet steam. It's braised. All right, so we
Braised
have that
corned
going
beef.
right in here, coming together, lovely full. Just to give it a little flavor. And again, that's just for a side, right? Maybe you had some chicken, you had some cabbage left, and y'all know by now, I'm the queen of what's left in this fridge.
Same.
One that you could have added with a shredded
Same.
carrot to this. If you had some broccoli, you could have thrown that in there too. Whatever you got
You
going
see how
on.
she scratched her head just now? She know. She know.
I am a throw that last one in there type of person, which is why my kitchen sink cabbage hash about to go off.
What you call it?
Kitchen sink cabbage hash.
That's wild. I
And
can't wait
that's
to see what
everything
that
but
is.
the kitchen sink inside this hash. Because whatever in your fridge,
Going
go
in
inside
it.
this hash, and I can promise
Wow.
you that. All right? So we're gonna do a play on like a breakfast hash,
Okay.
right? You know, a lot of
Ooh.
times you do like potato with like the onion, the sweet pepper.
Love breakfast.
And you know, kind of home fries or home style potato hash like you would do, right? Hash browns. People call them all kinds of different things. We're gonna do a version of that has more cabbage, which adds the fiber. I mean, just crack some eggs in there one time, because one pot? Me. Yes, please. Let's go. Like, I like an easy cleanup. I like an easy morning. Just like one of them skillet recipes in the morning where you're like, Lord,
Listen.
let me make sure my child have all the nutrients in one thing.
I'm slowly realizing we are more alike than we thought.
Listen to me. I feel like all my life I was planning for the children that never came, but like, I cook. Like, I need them to eat. And so again, this is a great way to get the kids involved. It's a great way to get the kids to eat the things they may or may not think that they like. And of course, you put it on the side of something. You could serve this with a side of bacon. You could do the eggs separately if you want, but we're just gonna throw the eggs in there too, just to give you an idea of how simple this thing can be, all right? So one thing I think I never have done with the peppers before, but I always talk about it, so I'm gonna cut this live for you, is my pepper cutting hack. Because I can watch y'all chop up and hack up some sweet peppers, and it don't have to be that difficult, right? This isn't even the best shape of maybe you know what I mean. But she ain't shaped the best.
All
but
shapes
she can
matter.
get it at
All shapes matter.
Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're cutting off the tops first, and we want to really just cut right behind where that stem kind of touches the inside, right?
Okay.
Touches the core, and then we cut off the bottom as well. So now what we have to do here, all we gotta do is kind of pop that out. This whole thing can cut up and use. Where y'all live? Where y'all show this in Cabbage?
I feel like you're shaming me right now, and I don't know how to feel about that.
If you paying, if you paying $1.89 a pepper per pound, this like it's like a quarter pound of your pepper.
Wow.
You throwing this in the garbage? You throwing this in the garbage?
I feel personally
Look
attacked.
at me. We using them. In fact, this all the parts we can need right now for that part of this
Wow.
dish. Boom, right there. But now, here's the easy part. Instead of having to figure out we going around this, we cutting down the side, right? Once we do that, all we doing is we kind of, see look how easy I already did it for me. You just run your knife
Oh, wow.
through the middle and it pulls the seeds or that core right out, and now all you do
Learn
is just
something
slice
new
up
every
the
day.
part of the pepper, and the only thing would have to go in the garbage is the little core, the rind part. And if you keep your seeds and you plant your seeds, which you can, by the way,
Yes.
easy to pot, dry and pot them, you can keep those as well. Otherwise, this is the only part of the garbage that you have, all right? And so now it makes it that much easier for us to kind of cut up whatever it is that we need. Now, we only need a little bit right here. Put some color and to add into our hash. But what I'm gonna let y'all do, let me make sure I have this on first. I'm gonna let y'all start putting in the base ingredients for me.
Okay.
All right, so let's get some oil in the pan. And we're gonna start sauteing down our onion. And we're also gonna put in our sweet potato. Sweet potato actually cooks relatively quickly, which a lot of people don't know, particularly if you put it in the heat sooner than some of the other ingredients. And if you have it cut up small enough. Sweet potato can cook extremely quickly. Sweet potato is a hack for me that I replace a lot of white potato articles
I
with.
love sweet potato.
I love it so much.
Absolutely.
It's nutrient dense, it's fibrous, it's good for the body, it's a healthy carb. I am in a cutting phase of trying to eat the things that I like versus don't like, as well as just get good things in, but they taste different ways. Of course, I can make roasted sweet potatoes, sweet potato wedges all day. There's only so many times you can eat that way. You can sneak them in like little pockets, like we throw a little sweet potato, and that's not even a lot of sweet potato, right?
No,
but it's
it's not.
enough. It's enough for you to get the.
Do I put all of this in?
How much cabbage we have over there? You can put more than that. I don't think we need all, but you can put more than that, right? And then we're gonna put the sweet potato in same time because we're gonna need that.
And I can put all of these in.
You can put all that in there, all right? And again, this is another one of those things where we're talking about the stretch, right? So that isn't even half a sweet potato. That might have been. I didn't even think that was half an onion.
No.
Might have been half an onion. And then, of course, that is like a third of that huge cabbage. So right now, we haven't used one whole thing yet. And we're going to show you just how far we're going to stretch these items to make sure not only that everybody can eat, but that it's flavorful. What kind of hacks do you guys use around the house to kind of stretch things when it comes to, you know, me? Because you're a busy woman. I know you're trying to cook every single day.
I might as well brief you.
What kind of meals are you making where you say, okay, some of this could get heat up tomorrow, some of this could go, I can let Taylor stir that around a little bit for us as it percolates, and then we can cover it up to let it steam. But what are some of the things that you find that are easy things that you guys can make together that you can say, okay, we can eat off this for the week or a couple of times, and this is going to kind of go a long way?
So interestingly enough, I meal prep. Interestingly enough, I find that my money stretches a whole lot longer when I meal prep. So
for those who may not know, explain them the difference between I have leftovers and meal prep. No shade. Yeah. Because there is a difference between meal prep and we got enough for leftovers. So yeah.
So what I tend to do is I'll take a Sunday and I cook for the entire week on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And interestingly enough, I don't just meal prep for dinner, I meal prep for Taylor for lunch for school.
Yep.
So it works out like, let's say I buy 2 or 3 chicken breasts. I may cook the chicken breast 2 different ways and I mix it up. So for me, I very rarely have leftovers because I portion and I plan for the entire week. Like you said, I'm super busy. If I have the time to maybe cook something or we have a special request at some point, then yeah. But outside of that, I kind of meal prep. And then if I eat out, maybe them leftovers gotta go in something the next day. Like let's say I eat out and I'm at a dinner.
Yeah.
And I'm not paying for dinner, and I order steak for dinner. Believe I have a steak and eggs for breakfast the next morning.
I can tell you that could have gone right in the trash.
Oh,
I'm just
how you
saying.
mean? And I'm the queen of sauteing because I feel like when you put everything in one pot and just blend it together.
Yeah. What we doing?
What we doing?
For me, I feel like anything I could eat in one bowl with everything together.
Oh, I love it.
First of all, it's like a comfort food type situation,
I love it.
right? It reminds me, like, that's why I like fried rice so much.
Yep.
Is why I love like a good stir fry so much, which we are also going to do a little bit later. But it's one of those things where you can have a little bit go a long way, all right? So just before we put the cabbage in, let's put a little bit of salt and, well, mostly the salt, but a little bit of salt and some of the thyme in there. Salt is one of those things that brings moisture out of food.
Oh.
So when you season, depending on how early or late in a pot or pan you season something with salt, you can induce or reduce moisture. So you might notice that, for example, if you're using mushrooms, right? If you saute mushrooms down before you hit it with the salt, you get way less water in the pan. If you salt mushrooms in the beginning, you end up with all that mushroom water
I did not
in
know
the bottom of the
that.
pan. Think about it, it's the
Girl,
same
you better
way.
take my little cooking to the next level.
I'm just telling you. By the way, that's the same way salt kind of works in your body. Okay,
that
so
makes
salt
sense.
and water.
Now, what I did know is salt isn't a seasoning; it's an additive.
It's a flavor enhancer.
and it enhances whatever
Correct.
you do to the pot. I learned that.
Yes.
And when I learned that, I stopped cooking heavy salt, low seasoning, and herb, and I started using more herbs and flavors,
Correct.
less salt, and bring it out. I learned that.
Yeah, and it's the slightest amount of it makes a huge difference if you use other things. And so many of us have so many things growing in our yard. Rosemary, thyme. I don't care what nobody says. You can put our fresh local thyme in anything, and it's going to enhance the flavor. Now, some of you also use probably a little too much thyme, but that's neither here nor there. I love garlic. I wish that was something that I grew more of.
I wish I was a garlic. Girl, the
You
way
mean
I love
garlic and
garlic
ginger?
need to be studied. Oh, the way I will put garlic in everything.
That just gave me an idea. Remind
Everything!
somebody write down garlic and ginger. Now I got that in my head. Okay, so now that we already have those softening, we're gonna add our cabbage in. I'm also gonna add our sweet pepper in. Let me put our little piece of the sweet pepper here to the side because we're gonna use the rest.
Are we
of
putting
that
all
later.
of the cabbage in?
Yeah, we can go ahead and put all that cabbage on in there. All right. And we're gonna put our sweet pepper in there as well. What I love about all of these are all dishes that you can kind of like put in the pot. Then you put on low and you just kind of
do
like
what it do.
walk away.
Can I help you?
You know what I mean?
Can I help you?
I love that. What communication right there. All right, so in this pan right now, we have some sweet potato, we have onion, we have sweet pepper, we have cabbage, a little bit of salt and pepper, we put some thyme in there, and we're just gonna kind of mix this all up. Now, as this gets closer to cooked, we're gonna crack our eggs right into this. Do a little scramble on the side.
You made
then,
one pot.
You didn't make. One thing I don't like is dishes. I don't know about y'all.
See?
I particularly hate doing a bunch of dishes.
Taylor definitely ate them because she's at the age now where I go wash the dishes, so.
You can imagine doing a bunch of
ain't into
dishes
that.
and I'm but one person in my house eating. That makes sense? Now you gotta remind me I need all these pots. We ain't doing that. So one good pot, all right? So we're just gonna make sure this has some nice seasoning to it. Oh, paprika. Did we put paprika
I did
in
add
it?
some paprika.
Fantastic.
I think
And
I'm gonna
again,
add a little more salt since I
yeah,
added
knock
the
yourself
cabbage.
out. And again, once we crack the eggs in, this now has your protein in here, you have your fiber in here, you have your cabbage in here, which is also part of your fiber. You have your veg in here, you have your healthy carbs in here, and your sweet potatoes. This is literally a one-pot hack. Again, if you don't want sweet potatoes, use regular potato. You can throw corn. If you have some corn left in the fridge, whatever you have going on, add it in there. Some people I know do tomato. They like tomatoes in their hash. You can add that in there as well. You might have put your turkey bacon right inside here, or your beef bacon, your pork, whatever it else is. You might want to put your bacon in there right in there with your eggs, all that together. That's fine too, all right? So we're gonna let this kind of do what it does. We're gonna move the cabbage to one side, because unlike what we're doing over here, we actually want this to still have some bite.
Crunch.
We want it to crunch. Once we have our sweet potato pretty soft,
And they almost there?
and they're almost there, right? So we're gonna give that another good little turn, a little stir. I would actually say let's add just a little bit more. Do we have enough olive oil there? Yeah, let's add a little bit more olive oil. And then I'm gonna show you how we're gonna do our eggs right on the side there, all right? Now, I think I have good, because I don't want nobody to fight me over my choices. All right, okay, so here's what we're gonna do. This is where it gets a little tricky, but not so much, right?
Okay.
We're gonna pull all of this to one side and just create like a little pocket. Taylor, you think you can crack the eggs in there for us?
Oh my God.
Now, here's the thing. I always tell people if you're not sure about your ability to crack an egg and not get the shell in it, do it in something separate first, and then you can always add it into the pot. If you like me and you pick it up and crack, it's whatever, all right? So actually, I'll let you crack them in here first. I'll hold these two over here for you. You crack that one in there. And then we're gonna enter them into the pot. Right there on the side, do a little do a little mixity mix, and then we're just gonna cover it, all right? All right, that's one. Take that from you. Here's number two. And again, depending on how many people you have to feed, you can decide how many eggs go in this. We have a good kind of portion here, so we wanna make sure if this is our only protein, we're gonna make sure we get that protein in here. Now, this pot, if you're eating it as a meal itself for breakfast, this easily is gonna feed two people a very hearty portion to get something in there for them for breakfast, all right? That's two, and that's three. All right. You got it.
Are we supposed to mix it?
We're gonna mix it in the pan, just a little bit, okay? All right, so now I'm gonna let you pour them right in there on that side, right there. Let me take this from you, okay? Doobity-doobity-doo. And then you're just gonna move this around with this spatula there, break the yolks, and just kind of get that going.
I am taking a mental note of the fact that when I say I'm hungry, I expect you in the kitchen.
That's all I'm saying, and that's okay. All right, so we're gonna take a quick break. What we're gonna do now, okay, that should be good right there. We're gonna cover this for a little bit, let those eggs start to kind of
Harden up a little bit.
And then when we check them back again, we're gonna hit them with some salt and pepper. Actually, we can hit them with some salt and pepper now. Hit them with some salt and pepper. And then we'll leave them, just let them start to set, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna incorporate it all together. And that pot is done. That's breakfast, that's a side for breakfast, that's a breakfast bowl if you want it to be, and that's a wrap, all right? So again, we have two cabbage dishes down, one to go, two down, one to go, and we cooking cabbage. We cooking cabbage, all right? Taking a break, we'll come right back don't move because you're definitely gonna want to taste everything we got going on.
The Budget Gourmet.
We making it sweet, low cost meals you can't defeat. Tastes so good, it makes you move. Hands for hunger is in the groove.
The Budget Gourmet.
We all know there are ways we can help. Your help can go even further. Be an everyday superhero. Donate to Hands for Hunger.
I got nothing to eat.
Nothing.
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 Hold on, I can do something. Turning nothing into something.
Turning nothing into something.
I turn nothing into something.
It's amazing what you can do with nothing. And the little Hellmans make taste, not waste.
So good. Literally so good.
Ragu kettle cooked with homemade taste.
We all know there are ways we can help. Your help can go even further. Be an everyday superhero. Donate to Hands for Hunger.
The Budget Gourmet.
We making it sweet, low cost meals you can't defeat. Tastes so good, it makes you move. Hands for hunger is in the groove.
The Budget Gourmet.
And welcome back in to the final segment of the year.
That's not the onion.
It ain't the onion. Well, all it ain't the onion. It was the onion McCain. But welcome back in. It is all about Hands for Hunger's The Budget Gourmet Kitchen. And this is our final segment of the season. And if you're just tuning in, you've missed some pretty great recipes so far.
Yeah.
The good thing is, y'all ain't seen none of them yet. We're gonna show you everything at the same time, all right? But we took one
Cabbage.
and we came up with 3 delicious recipes that are going to be easy for you to create, great for you to
Yes.
share, fun
Yes.
for you to make with the kiddies, and a great way to pack like so many different vegetables and things in there. So far we've done a coconut curry, cabbage, kind of like chard as a side. We also did a kind of like a cabbage protein hash.
Yeah,
with
I'm
some sweet potato
excited
and
about that.
egg, and that's just a really great breakfast kind of hack again, for especially if you have cabbage. Cabbage cooks a lot quicker than people
Yeah.
think. I think that's why they tend to overboil
Overcook
it
it.
because they think they have
Be
to like.
clear. It's crazy.
It does not take a long time for it to get heat and for it to cook down. Okay, and so this last one we're gonna do. It looks like there's a lot going on here.
Mm-hmm.
But this is like a meal. Now, I tell people a lot. I have had to cut a lot of things out of my diet for allergy reasons, for health reasons, just for trying to get certain results reasons as well. Pasta is one of those things. I tell people all the time, cabbage has become my noodle substitute, my pasta substitute. Anything that I could have done with a noodle, I can do with cabbage.
Oh,
and
that's
I
wild.
promise you, and you can try it, and you can take it to the bank. So what we're gonna do is prove that today, because instead of doing like a lo mein stir fry, we're doing a cabbage stir fry.
I
It's gonna pick up all those flavors. We have some ground pork. We have some green peas. Snow peas that was here. We have some chopped up veg, some onions, some sweet pepper. This could be ground beef. This could be chicken. This could be shrimp. This could be whatever protein you have. I literally went in my freezer. I was like, what man with little bite? No joke. Y'all think I'd be playing with y'all? Listen, that is the hack for me. Okay. So we already have our pot getting nice and hot because we're doing a stir fry. So we need things to be able to fly. So we need to get the pot nice and hot. All right. So carefully, and pour some oil into the pot.
Okay.
Pour all that in there. Drip it, go. Let it go. All right, careful.
Pop it.
Pop it. All
Not
right.
me, the oil, y'all. Not me. The oil, pop it.
All right, so what we're gonna really do is try to get everything kind of going, incorporate as we do. This meat is actually like most of it already cooked, so we don't have to spend a lot of time with that. Let's get our onions in. Let's get our sweet peppers in. Let's get our broccoli, carrot situation there in. Because again, those are the raw items. And so we just want those to get the heat introduced to start softening them up and getting them translucent, all right? Again, one thing you'll notice around all of these episodes is we try to multitask ingredients, right? So I don't want y'all to think we're doing any like real kitchen magic in here. We've used one onion for all of these dishes. We've used one cabbage for all of these dishes. We've used one sweet pepper in the dishes that we've used it for, right? So we're really trying to get the most out of a thing and really show you how far something can actually stretch, particularly if you have time to plan ahead, but even if you don't, even if it's just a, what do I have in here, how do I make this happen, right? So, again, I have these snow peas here. Charlie, that's what was left in the fridge too also as well.
Dump them in?
Actually, we can do these last because those take no time to cook.
Perfect.
So those can just steam at the very end.
Okay.
So as we're moving these around and we're getting these veg to soften up, the only thing I do want to kind of get into is putting a little bit of that soy sauce in there because that's also going to help to kind of break down.
You want to get that in there
So
too?
this for me is actually gluten-free soy sauce. I've told you about my gluten struggles many a time. But I also recommend you can use a low-sodium soy sauce. You do like half of it.
Yeah.
A low-sodium soy sauce if you're watching like, hypertension and things like that as well. And if you don't have soy sauce, I tell people if you have the Worcestershire, you can use that too.
I can never pronounce
if you want to
that.
do something a little savory, a little more savory. And if you don't have any of those things, this could also just be a
As it
stir
is.
fry with a little bit of olive oil or whatever you got. You hit it with some lemon juice if you feel like it. But again, the whole idea is to cook these things down and just to like let the flavors marry. But in true stir fry fashion, we're using the soy sauce.
Yeah.
Get the soy sauce. A bottle of soy sauce lasts a long time, you know.
You close. Thank you, Mom.
Like a long, long time, all right? So once we've softened these, that's a real mummy rating option. And she really look, okay, close. Don't put on the clothes. All right?
And you should see the look she gave me just now, like.
Okay, so we also have some minced ginger here and some garlic.
ginger,
So we're gonna put all of that garlic. I'm gonna put like half of that ginger.
Okay.
All right. So we were talking earlier in the show about the way the pantry works for Hands for Hunger. I think I need y'all to, y'all may be sitting there like, oh, these fancy things, where are we supposed to get it? I want y'all to know that pantry that Hands for Hunger has, and again, I can't say enough how this is really at the doing of people like you, of the public, of the sponsors, the civilians, and the companies alike, who really come through and help them do whatever needs to be done.
Yeah.
Again, we mentioned the number 10,000. That's not 10,000 people. That's 10,000 families.
Yes.
Those homes could have 3 people in it, 7 people in it, 2 people in it. Like, we are just saying that those are the families that are registered for this program. So it really is important for a little to go a long way, and that's why we're so grateful to all of you who take the time to donate.
Yeah.
Again, this is a private entity.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. I don't think people realize that this isn't a subsidized
It is
program.
not.
It is a fully privately funded program.
Correct.
And one of the things that I've learned, and I've learned this through watching previous episodes, And that is, it's always better to donate money.
Correct.
Because of the relationships that Hands for Hunger has with food suppliers.
Yes.
Their dollar can stretch almost 3 times the length
Correct.
of my dollar.
Your $50 is $150
Yeah.
to them because they already have these existing relationships. So when we say things like, we appreciate you bringing us, a case of noodles, it's also, listen, you could bring us whatever cash amount you were going to spend and
On
we
the
can
noodles,
make that
yeah.
go a little bit further, right? But I also wanted to stress how if you walk into this pantry, there's nothing low shelf about any of the ingredients that are in
and I've
this
seen the pantry.
I'm talking about the same brands you shop for in the food store. Those are the same brands that they get to use.
Yeah.
It's a tomato paste that they know. It's the black beans that they know. It's fresh produce. It's fresh meat. It's not just dry goods and canned goods and spaghetti in the can and ramen noodles. Like, no.
There are high nutritional value items in there for the whole person.
And hence why
Yes.
this show was created, because
Yes.
we wanted to show you there are different ways to use these ingredients.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna put our meat in there, and then we're gonna dump in our cabbage because we want to heat that meat all the way through, get that flavor going in. We can just kind of break that up a little bit with a fork as well, or the spoon. And then we're gonna just start incorporating the last of those things. I'm also gonna start pulling out plates so that we can
This is
kind
my
of play
favorite
things
part.
up, because it's gonna be time to taste in a second, all right? So tell me, Taylor, let's see if you've been paying attention here. How do you replant a cabbage? See if you remember.
I think it has to do with the stem.
Correct. Correct, you are correct. It has to do with the stem. Remember we said we can cut that stem off and we put it in some water.
And put it in soil, right?
Once it sprouts.
Oh, once it sprouts. And put it in a pot.
And then you can plant it, right?
Oh,
So we cut off the bottom. We first put it in water for it to sprout. And then once the sprouts come out, we can then put it into soil for it to grow into another plant that will give you another head of cabbage, right?
I can
There
add
you go.
this in now.
She's trying to get rid of these hiccups now. She's like, girl, I try to breathe. Yes,
Should
you
I
can
add
put
salt
that
and
in
pepper
now.
first?
You can put the cabbage in first, because
Okay.
remember we're gonna use the salt and the pepper to kind of pull some of that moisture out a little
You did
piece.
say that.
Yeah. And then we're gonna also put in those snow peas on top, and we can put in the rest of that soy. And we can let it hang out for a minute while we start plating up the other dishes and get ready to eat, which is quite frankly the best part, all right? So a lot of things I've learned over the course of this season with this show. I've even surprised myself sometimes with the items I've found able to transform into something that even I, as a chef, as somebody who loves to play with different ingredients and transform into different things, I've surprised myself sometimes with the way that I have made a completely different dish out of something that I cook all the time. When I tell you I eat cabbage probably 3 times a week, I'm not kidding. Like, I eat cabbage. I also meal prep. So sometimes that's because I batch made it. Sometimes it's just because that's what's in the fridge.
We gonna get this cabbage
I'm
today.
gonna make something quick with cabbage, right? So I've made cabbage like noodles, the same way you would kind of boil noodles, and then I've made my spaghetti sauce on the side.
Nice.
And I put spaghetti sauce over it. I've done it with like curry beef and vegetables.
Oh, that should be nice.
So good. I've done it as an Alfredo with chicken, and then you put that over the cabbage. I've also done it as like a lasagna or like a bake. So the same way you would do like, all the stuff you mix together with the pasta, you cover it with the cheese, you just put it in the oven. I've done that as well. So again, I think cabbage is probably one of the more versatile things that we've used over the course of the season. And again, a little bit goes such a long way.
This is literally one cabbage, and that's wild.
There's one cabbage between the 3 of these pots here, and each one of these pots can feed multiple people. So again, this is us doing all of these recipes at once. If you had a cabbage for the week, imagine how far this then goes over the course of the week, right? Okay. So I want us to plate some of these up because I also want us to get into some tasting, right? So the first thing that we would have made, we'll probably cover that and let that chill out
salt
for a
and pepper
bit.
yet.
Oh, you didn't put it in yet? Okay,
No.
yeah, go ahead. Knock yourself over the salt and pepper first. I'm gonna move this, over here. This was our first dish that we did with the braided cabbage. Hey, you see my tongs over there anywhere? Right here. All right. This would have been the first dish that we made. Still has our curry going on it, right? And we're just gonna plate this up right here. And again, this would just be like a side, right? So It's nothing fussy, but it's delicious and it's nutritious. So it's coconut, it's curry, and again, see, it has all that gravy. So listen, you could have done a pot of white rice with this.
Oh, that sounds good.
And now, and again, I remember I mentioned you could put like ham in here. You could put some turkey in here. You could add anything to kind of stretch that if need be. All right, so that is just a side dish right there of simple. Is that covered there? Yeah. Right. And then we had our next dish, which was our protein hash. Can we get that spoon over there? And again, this is egg. This could have had your bacon put right into it. We did some sweet potato in there to get some carbs in, particularly if you're doing things like working out in the morning, or maybe, kids have a long day, they need that brain food.
Kids have a long day, they need that brain food.
They do. So this is protein, this is your carbs, this is your fiber, this is literally everything in one. And doesn't it kind of look like a fried rice almost?
It does.
Like you almost...
It does.
Almost don't know better.
All I
You know what I
need
mean?
is some honey garlic kingdom wings or some,
To go with it.
kingdom pork chop. Some kingdom pork chop.
Listen, and again, all of these can be eaten by themselves, but all of these things can also absolutely, positively be eaten as a side dish.
Yeah.
So maybe you have the meat, you just don't know what to do with this cabbage on the side, right? Okay, so we have one last thing to plate up, and then we're gonna get into our tasting, which
Now I have this ingredient here that I didn't add.
Aha,
Should I
I'm glad
add
you
that?
asked. So that is our sriracha.
Ooh,
so I'm gonna save that to put on the top, just like a little drizzle.
Okay.
And that's gonna be for, if you need it, if you want it. I'm not sure. Taylor, you like spicy?
Yes, Mom.
Oh,
She's not like them. What is it? I like pepper chip,
that's right now.
I like
On these Bodak ramens noodles.
All right. So again, now we have one pot. We have our meat going. We have lots of vegetables in here, and smells so good.
Smells so
Ginger and garlic and broccoli and peas and cabbage and onion and all of the things, and we're gonna plate that as is too also as well. Now we want to make sure. Do you think we have enough of everything in there? I actually want to touch it with a little bit more soy sauce.
Okay.
But I'm wondering if we could just do that as we dress it on the plate as well, maybe.
Possibly.
Yeah, right?
You're the big chef.
Yeah.
You know?
Not the little one.
No.
All right, so let's take some of this up as well. And again, we are going to co-sign you using whatever you got, baby. Whatever vegetables you got.
That looks good.
Whatever meat that you have, whatever protein that you got going on. And this is just, again, a great way to get a lot.
A little bit.
All right, just again, like I said, the meat was in the freezer chilling out because I had cooked too much at one point. And I was like, well,
we can just hide that somewhere later.
So I'm gonna bag it up. I'm gonna use it later. It's not gonna waste. Not in my house. All right. So again, we're gonna take our little sriracha here. We're just gonna do a little boo. All right, just add a little
drizzly.
Something right there.
Now,
just
baby,
so
I'm
you
pushing
know.
40, so easy on the pepper.
Okay, but say less. Say
baby.
less. All right, and again, I'm with the gluten-free on the soy, and I like the low sodium, but we're just gonna hit it with just a little bit, just to kind of do what it do. All right. Okay. Now, meals are complete, and here we go.
Look at Taylor. Taylor immediately starts smiling.
We have 3 dishes, all made from one head of cabbage, all right? And so we have our 3 delicious, amazing dishes, super simple, 1 cabbage, 1 sweet pepper, 1 onion, amongst all these things. Of course, now though, the truth is in the tasting, right?
I feel like this is really the only reason Taylor came to eat the food here.
I do believe.
Maybe.
Puerco.
Thank you.
Puerco.
Thank you.
Puerco.
Thank you.
All right, so where y'all want to start first?
Curry.
Oh, we got his options. Let's do it.
And watch your clothes with this curry. Curry is
bro,
staying.
don't get your clothes messed up. Because mommy gonna
Eat
send
over the
me.
plate?
She can send me laundry bill and thing, and
I can send you that, baby.
I can send it to you. I see you with the laundry bill. Anyway, we can talk about that later. All right, so we got some cabbage going on. Let's see. You think mommy season this right? This right? Let me see if this right.
I in there. I come in. I'm right behind. Why y'all ain't
I went over
talking?
some fish.
Oh yeah.
I just feel like some minced fish.
Chicken.
Chicken for you? Yeah?
Soft fish.
I just feel like some minced fish will really pop that right out. But
touch that
this is
one
a
more
great side. Also, just a quick hack. You can blend this down into a soup.
Ooh, yes.
Super easy. Throw that just like that into a blender, blend it down. It's a soup, all right? You got these to taste over here.
I tasted the best for last.
You saving that for
Wait.
last? Okay. I can taste it here to make sure. Okay. Eggs, anything.
All right, you're scaring me with this curry now.
And now it's stir
I
fry.
just have to.
We can move it out of the way and we can slide them over. All right, folks, we about to get on into it, but as you can see, a little goes a long, long way here at Hands for Hungers, the Budget Gourmet, and in your kitchen as well. I have to say a huge thank you to all of you for supporting us over the course of the entire season. It's been an amazing journey with you, and we're looking forward to see you next season as we do. And of course, they could be Bob.
Of
They don't
course.
really have a choice. Right now, though, we can go eat 1 cabbage, 3 chefs. We got food for days. That's all I got. That's all I got. And we out. We'll see y'all next season. Bye.